Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. Today I'm really excited to show you a project that was successful. A few weeks ago we gathered some willow branches off of a tree. If you haven't seen that video, it's kind of a funny video. I'm not going to go into detail how we obtained these branches. Anyway, 2 of them did take root, so I wanted to show you that. Here's how it's looking. And I just put them in water to see if they would get little roots, and they did. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to be planting them outside yet. I just wanted to show you what they're looking like. And here's the other one. I'm going to let them get a few more roots before I plant them outside. It also got a new shoot off the top, so because that one's leaves fell off. I had like 5 or 6 branches in here. Not sure what happened to them all. Good morning, Kaden. So that's what that looks like. And the big one did not take root, but I'm not giving up on it. And I have decided where I want to plant them. So that's another exciting thing. I also want to show you how the Snapdragons look after being separated and transplanted. And I have a few spaces that I'm going to separate some more Snapdragons because they didn't take root for whatever reason. So, but only a few of them did that, and I think it's because I had a lot of small ones. So let me grab those for you. Here's the Snapdragons that I planted in the little cups. And then I took my marshmallow out of the fridge. I forgot about it. And I didn't take it out on the 16th, but I took it out on June 18th instead. Because I was like, oh, I need to take, it was done stratifying on June 16th. And all that means is that I put my seed in the fridge, and I didn't know that marshmallow needed to be stratified, but as I was planting all those little seeds, my herb starting project a few weeks ago, I was reading that it's best to put them in the fridge for a few weeks. And so I had the seeds in the dirt already, and I had the cup labeled marshmallow. Oh, I didn't spell that right. Look at that. I had the cups labeled, and then I had the seeds already in there. So what I did is I just put these cups, didn't water them, just put these cups with the seeds and the dirt in the fridge until June 16th. And like I just said, I actually left them until June 18th. And now they have sprouted. I took them out June 18th. And now we're on June 22nd.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh yeah. Want to tell him how old you are?
10.
Yep, he's going to be 10 tomorrow. Crazy. And here's what the other herbs are looking like after they were thinned. It was really hard for me to do that because they were so bushy. But I know that it'll be better for the plant. And I can already see a lot of progress just from thinning them out to 1 per cell. So this is the Yarrow Colorado mix. These are the other Snapdragons, and I'm going to go ahead and thin this cell to one Snapdragon. This is the St. John's wort. I was doing an experiment to just cut them down to see what would happen. So these 2, I've just got 1 in the cell. But I just thinned these because this looked more delicate and fragile, so I didn't really want to disturb it as much. But we'll see what happens. And then this is the Feverfew, and it is really, it kind of looks like lettuce. It's just bunching out, and it's really pretty. I like it.
It's a 4-leaf clover.
And then this is the foxglove, and I did thin them to 1%, and they are doing well with that transfer. And then the lavender I left alone because it is just so hard to get it to germinate anyways that I left 2 in there. I might separate those, but there are some little shoots coming on, so that's really exciting. And
Ooh.
yeah, here's the other Snapdragon. So this one's not doing well, so I'm gonna take that one out. Any that aren't doing well, I'm just gonna take them out so that I can have the spot for another one. So this one's not doing well. That one's not doing well. I want to redo all of these ones. Most of them did very well on the transfer though, so I'm excited about that. And here's the other herbs that I have inside. Our quail are doing great. I need to get them some more food this morning and clean out their waters. And then here is the indoor herb garden, and it's doing really well as well. I trimmed off some of the... I trimmed this right here to get it to bush out, and that's working well. And I trimmed up the sage a little bit so that it wouldn't take over its neighbor. Look how beautiful it is. It's looking really pretty. So in the indoor garden, we have sage, lemon balm, chamomile, and cilantro. And the cilantro is bouncing back from its transplant, and I'm hoping that it will be able to grow for quite a long time. There's another one that sprouted here. And I also repotted some other chamomile because I think it's looking beautiful. It needed a pot, and I thought this was a really pretty pot, so I wanted to pot it up nicely, and it looks great. Okay, so my plan is to take a few of these out of these cups and put them in those cells. So this is just a single one, and they like it right here because in the afternoon there's a little bit of shade. I just learned that Snapdragons don't necessarily like the heat, so I don't have them over here. Is the hottest part of this table that I have going on. So I've got a habanero plant that loves the heat, and it's doing well. It was a little guy, and I just let it grow, but then I've got some rosemary. Well, I guess that one didn't make it. I was trying to baby it, but it didn't make it. So I'm going to move it over here. Gardening is such an experiment. You don't always know what's going to work and what's not going to. But rosemary is growing well right here. I have a couple of rosemary plants. And here is my thyme. I'm going to put these in containers. I've decided some container gardening. And here's Levi's orange trees. He planted these seeds from the clementine oranges, those little tiny oranges. And my peppermint finally started to take off a little bit, so I've got sweet marjoram. This was the only plant that grew. I kind of have been babying that plant. And then I have some purple basil in here that I had saved the seeds from. It's saved from cinnamon basil, but it's not as purple as the parent plant, which I thought that could happen. And then I have a few tomatoes, and they are droopy because they really need to be planted outside and they need more water. So I am going to take care of these plants really fast, and then I am going to take out some of these Snapdragons and put them in those plant cells right here where it didn't take root very well. Here's the one I planted just now. And it might have a little transplant shock, but I think it'll be okay. Today, and I saw this on Garden Answer, on the Garden Answer YouTube channel. I'm going to trim off the tops of these because here is their sprout leaves. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but the true leaves start a little ways up, and I'm going to trim them right here where those true leaves start so that it will force the plants. And this is for snapdragons. I don't know about other plants, but I have been doing a lot of reading about snapdragons. But I'm going to trim it right here so that the snapdragon will bush out and be a bushier plant. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, I don't want to trim above those. Those are not the true leaves, but where the true leaves start, I'm going to trim right above there. Okay? And I did this with my pepper plants, and I had a lot of success with it. But it makes me nervous because I don't know about snapdragons nearly as much, so this is all just a big experiment. I can see that this one is getting two little tiny side shoots. You see those? So I trimmed it here, but it does already have a little side shoot, so that's exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of them. Actually, I'm not doing it with these. I have a few that are very, very small snail. I'm not doing it with those. But all of these taller ones, I'm going to go ahead and do that with. of the Snapdragons are trimmed down to their first true leaves. And they're watered, and I'm going to turn on the plant light right now. The grow light. And that is what I'm doing. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful tips. I am learning with Snapdragon, so if they all die, I don't think that they will. I've seen other channels do this and they seem to do just fine, but if they all die, I'll let you know. If the project doesn't work, I'll let you know. So thanks for hanging out with me again, and if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you have already done so, we appreciate it. Thank you for your support, and we will talk to you soon. Bye!